psychology, perceptives, and cognition. Enjoy. Insight, TV mirror boxing, electrolighting, neurostatic reflection, neurosynaptic edge parallelism, cytolighting reflection, ecstatic D/interior unsect, neural distant platoformic instability, vergent intrastability, grouping furtherance, NeuroScentic reprogramming, subliminal thought insertion, nervic sensory reflection, retractive forwarding, interjective formantal platform, cytotargeting, intersective disintegration, targum ghost parallax, neurosynaptic stimulus, ecstatic imprints furthering plastinated, instinctualized, neurolytic suppression furthering, neutronic focal distancing, Cyprian antomorphic calculative, maths, reception of exacting of recepting stage, aparted distance space, displacing parallax, spatial friction, gravitate rotaxio advancement, gravimetric displacement, ecstatic inversion, neurokinetic incursion, virato synth, subcognition void recept, distance cry, interconflict occurrent reflection, parallaxite, sensory aspecture, long instrument, virgil interim cyto, interjective formantal gaping, furtherance, sign interlocking, scared awareness, directive psychology, linear comfortability, psychokinetic furthering, mass rotation, grouping focal receptivity, neurocyte projection, reversional manta, leveling platum, cytotargeting field, reception, interpret, inwarding neuroplasty, receptive pathing, exacting directional, the reception, signaling point and effectorate, scient, resonated, neural submusion, ecstatic sync deprivate, exgrossing reflection, reliction, neurokinetic repulsion, neuretic insolvency, focal dysphagia, voiding, anti-targeting, solar effector, dual electric, streaming, manipulation, leveling, radial, rotational forwarding, speed-side, disappropriational, organizational, in-leading, assumption barrier, spatial void weapons, black holes, child stretching, recursion, reflection to adulthood, rotational in-string, collision, neurolysis, spatial voiding consciousness, accommodate, reflect, non-cytric sensitivity barrel, interconfliction attack formatory, spatial incept, in-string, recept targeting race, linear rotational axis, displacement of EQ, cognitive dysplacism, void conscious spatial environment of black holes, fabric of being, devil and God, duokinetics, rotational spacing platform, facial attractors, conflictive subduality, super equium, neusonic nervic targeting, reflect duality, attack and retractile, light and dark, fear and alleviations, product of old war of ancients, destroying space to prove we want out the televisual, time tricep reflection, recursional forwarding, reactionary interdependent, conscious after effect existent, the ghost of time, interdisplacic, repeating synchronous, nerve reactive targeting, Tetris, Minecraft, building blocks foundation, space invaders, in-home torture displacement, EQ, equib, destabilization, a past targeting, the psy-reflective child trauma, interconfliction and reactive targeting, forwarding, destructive abuse, linear stretching and forwarding, entrapment, deconstructive, impulsate vibrancy, abrasive snap, fear instructive, insta-like cursing, constrictive expanse. Now is voices, all the attributes you need. Enjoy. Rotational fantasy drift, destructive abuse, interconfliction, manipulation, overhead advantages, recursive, pandemic, progressives, fear strata and formantal, intersective formatory behaviorals against on, combat of voices, separant, where each move can be planned, nerve oversensitivity, self-reflection, Citra interprets, dyslexic tactile, overhead perception, linear impacting, reversional formantal peak, platform, vocal virational parallelism, The Walking Dead, ghosting, attack form, learning incompatible, cytoreflexivity, concentrative plane distant, counter-affliction reversion, momentum timing, resist, nerve targeting, abusive targeting reflection, infliction reversion, resistant eclipsial, the dumbing of the reflective child, opposition reflective impact, psychic preventatives, and its Jesus proposition proprietary, receptive intervenes, classified information, finding of patient mental and routinic de-escalation, submusion, neurodeterioration, incapacity of repeating, drug intervene on account not likely for cops intervention, engagement reactivate, instrumentate, reflective accusement, electric duality, opposing, formantal interconfliction, abusive as fairly common of mental confliction, interim aggravate and targeting, the crossing ziet, impacting lag, focus constant drift, root of thought span is of child, overall span of collective thought is also of child, nervic response, after effectual, interflict platum, persecutional complexum, cognition balance, axial displace, interdysplastic, interrupt, attach, transponsive, pray, the church, the sacrifice, reflective interflict, receptive prime, nerve impulse, conflictive anti-readability, interactive forwarding, furthering, receptive target installment, sporadic intentional targeting, interaction, interception, abruptive, interactivity, platum recept, inwarding, neurolytis, synaptic, formantal peak, spaces interim parallel, duality, cognitive intervirate, displacency, input-output, reversional targeting, circulus of completive, nerve tenacity, intersective repeat, cytokinesis tip, formulated furtherancing, overhead perceptives, intersective parallel and formantal leveling, repeating synchronicity, instructment instigative, forwarding inset, septual disbursement, fear instigation, instruction, off-rotational circling, geostasic assembly, viro, gravitational dispulsus, repetition incitement, resonative, virative, forwarding, planetary move, rotate, inson, resistant pressure, attract, inceptual spacing depth, anguish, distant, edge spacing, geostasic variative forwarding, rotational mass, geostasic axial, tropic of mentalum. Thank you. Hope you enjoyed. AustraliaLatestNews.com. 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 Directive psychology, judgment analysis, formational over time, psi instanti, movementative, reverberative field, magnesis, ecstatic momentary, mirrored reflection, opposing design, time life, absorptive, ecstatic reflect, inner recursion, spans over time of mitigate treatment, causes a lowering plateau, platform, directional psychology, reflective overlook, ecstatic submusion, erupt, span of mental health associations in a negate, lowering psi, platformic, structural, associative manta, virative impacting, psi level reverberation, reflection of timing, outward instrumentation. Mental attributes are standing, ability to differentiate. Standing attribute instead of individualized treating perceptive, a major flaw of psychiatry. Focus length span of analysis, judgment, directional virative, a span of treating as fixed, established mode, autonomous. Fixture reflective spanning furthering, non-cognition depth, receptibility, geo-instantile synaptic version, affix point, ecstatic positioning, deepening in momentary. AustraliaLatestNews.com. Directive psychology.
AustraliaLatestNews.com. Cyprian entramosis, synaptic resolve, cyaniptic retrocitement, instigational levians furthering, metamorpheus displacement axial, furthest distance edge targum, ocular visional, aspectual coordinatory strength focal, fear alleviation interplexium of thought antospheric, abusive resistant asterial targeting, rotational exactory strength, psycho-forwarding, ecom-virational spacing virate, fear nerve endromorphic calculatory negate, ectotransference, learning manipulational cytro-intuit, de-inferiority, and complex, pre-dematorical behave, depressive platinum-resistant leviations, foundational elevatic, defensibility formans manta, spatial distance fear engagement claustrophobia, self-repressive, triactic, anesic adhesional singular event to adhere to. AustraliaLatestNews.com. Psychological learning.
AustraliaLatestNews.com. Neurolytical syntax, virate manipulator, mental synaptic edge, Viasic displacement.
Parallax, synaptic disruption length, EQM, revisit, resnap, attach, readability, the ghosting of parallax, funnel, point of median, inflict, adapt, counter attach, voices, sonostic, virate, inwarding, parallelism, inter, mental instability, reversional acuity, long enstrainment, balance, verge submusion, synaptic oppression, the forwarding of alien to move, steps, concurrency, virational directing, directional, the waking species, toward, elector, repeat, gravimetric displacing, spatial virate, rotational ghosting, synced, elevate, aggravative life, link resistant, linear sync, outer point of resistance, recursive impacting, interseparate, complexum, target field, tropic suppression, ecstatic, virative, erratic, elevate, long enstrainment, spatial, spacing, spatial momentary, elector, spatial distancing, recept transfixture point, outward triac, citric point, coalistic suppression, submusive, extravitality, parallaxing insight, elector stimulus, intersection furthering, dyslasic vibrancy. AustraliaLatestNews.com, neurolytical syntax. AustraliaLatestNews.com, neurolytical syntax.
AustraliaLatestNews.com, neurolytical syntax.
ALN.
Citric sensipic field, a spectral verge metamorphosis, axial edge target, verge distany, anxiety, xiet, displacic virational, parallel insertional, mentolome resistive electo furthering, intersynaptic formats, intermorphian, zyprum axial, targum coalesce, depressional netting, formantal depressic platum plateau, citric sensitivity, transmutative, manta conscious resist, mental platform, lucum illuminative, sleep of thought, cycron intem plateau, incognitional, inconstant target field, repressional reversion, thought anto-depressional formatting, submusional format, dyslasic, psycholayering insubmergent, psycholayering, speech inability medicates, submusional forwarding, citro-exactory, psycho-forwarding, fear alleviatory, complexum, plateau against, furthering intermuting, lucum formant, lucum of thought sleep, underplatic formantal, platform cyclostructural, indialectability, thought amplificant, extremement to physical body form outer, reversional inconstant, receptivity sensitive, receptive compensate, interreclusional, reflective, nerve thought cyprient resist, insensory deprivate, not medicational sensitive, spatial distance, spatial distancing resistance, dyslasic axial resist, structural negate to interviewing, citrope intersubjective, fear persecutional, fear of future, actualum calculate, overlaying receptic, distance actual, plastinative plateau, platum resist ecto forwarding, outer subjective to inter-analysis, thought inter-judgment and resistal targeting, selective intro-citement, outer intro-citement, AustraliaLatestNews.com, anxiety. AustraliaLatestNews.com